Section 3.2, multiplication with decimal numbers. You're going to see that this is pretty much no different than what we've been doing with whole numbers, okay? Just got to keep track of that decimal. So multiply decimal numbers, multiply by powers of 10. Okay? Multiply the two numbers as if they were whole numbers. Count the total number of places to the right of the decimal points in both numbers being multiplied. Place the decimal point in the product so that the number of digits to the right of the decimal point is the same as those found in the step 2. Okay, zeros may be needed or be inserted. Okay, what does that mean? Let's just take a look at an example here, and then we'll do one of our own. Okay, we got 2.432 times 5.1. Notice, line it up. Now, when multiplying, it doesn't matter. You don't have to line up those decimal values. As a matter of fact, don't line up the decimal values. Put it in just straight this form, okay? Do your multiplication like normal. Okay, notice that's exactly what happened here. This 1 multiplies out to the same thing here, and then this 5, we do all the multiplication, and then also what they're doing, same thing as before, we're adding all that up. Okay, but then notice there's 3 decimal places to the right. Here there's 1, so that's going to be 3 plus 1. You get 4 decimal places. Okay, and that's what happens right here. So when we come over here, we count from here and go 1, 2, 3, and then there's our 4th place there. Okay, and that's exactly how this is done. Okay, let's do one of our own. Notice we got 4.35 multiplied by 12.6. Notice they're basically using the distributive property here, but notice they're putting parentheses in place instead of having an X or having the dot. Okay, but this still means multiplication. So let's come in here and go ahead and do our multiplication like normal. I got 6 times 5, which is 30. Okay, 6 times 8 is 18, plus 3 is going to give me 21. 6 times 4 is 24, then I got 25, 26. Okay, add a 0 because I'm going to the 10th place. Okay, I'm going to mark these out so that I don't get confused. I got 5 times 2 is 10. Put a 0 here and a 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Then 4 times 2 is going to be an 8. Now I'm going to go over here, put 2 zeros now. Okay, so then I'm just going to copy this 435 now, because notice since I'm multiplying by 1, that's the multiplicative identity. So I'm going to have a 5, a 3, and a 4. Let's come over here. Let's start our addition. So we got 0. Okay, then I've got a 1. Okay, well here I'm going to have 7 plus 6 is going to give me 13, plus 5 is going to give me 18. Come over here, put this 1. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11, so that's going to give me 14. Carry the 1, and then I get a 5. Now let's look. I've got 1, 2 decimal places here. Here I've got 1. So here is 2 decimals. Here's 1 decimal. So in total, I have 3 decimal places. So I can come over here and go 1, 2, and 3. Put the decimal there. So my number and my answer is going to be 54.810. That right there is our final answer. Well, now let's come in here and continue on. Let's multiply by this one right here. Let me just kind of show you this example here. Notice we can go ahead and start multiplying kind of weirder numbers here. Okay, so notice this one has 3 place values. This one has 3 place values. We still have to think about this. So when we get our number here, this 322, notice what they did. We still have to count these zeros here. Okay, so when we come in here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we get these zeros right here, which you can also notice by here by this 1, 2, 3 zeros. But it's good just to remember this one and that one, and then you'll just know how far to move over. And remember, for the place values that don't have anything there, you just add the zeros. Okay, so to multiply by powers of 10, like 10, 100, 1000, and so on, count the number of zeros in the power of 10. Move the decimal place to the right, the same number of places of zeros found in step 1. Okay, the multiplication by 10 moves the decimal 1 place to the right. Multiplication by 100 moves the decimal 2 places, and then so on and so forth. And we'll just kind of look at an example here. The following products illustrate multiplication by 10. Notice I got 10 multiplied by 1.59. We're just moving it over once. Notice because of this 1 0 here, I'm just going to move it over 1. Okay, 2 zeros, I'm going to move it over twice, and that's how I get that. Here, there's going to be 3 zeros, so I go 1, 2, 3, and that's how we get that. Okay, 10,000, same thing. Okay, if I got 7.2, move it over. Wherever the decimal starts, that's where we start the movement process at. Okay, and now you know how to multiply by decimals.